Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching The Inside Scoop. I'm your host, Steve Scanlon. Sitting next to me is my co-host, Bubba. Welcome, Bubba.
Doing, Steve?
Doing pretty good. Sitting next to Bubba is Joe. Welcome, Joe.
Hello.
That's Joe?
Yes, but I call him other names, but it's not suitable for this episode.
And how about
And
our other
Emma
son?
Lily. I
Right.
actually remember her name this time.
Yay, Emma Lily. Hey, thank you. Hey. Joey's girlfriend.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Okay, we would like to thank you viewers for tuning in this week, and like to say we're in June, so happy Juneteenth holiday.
what else? My birthday was 2 days ago.
And okay, happy birthday, Bubba.
Thank you. What'd you get me for my birthday?
Him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I got you a large pizza.
Oh boy.
I was gonna bring it to the show, but I got hungry. A longer car ride to picking up Joe prior to tonight's taping.
The whole,
that's why I couldn't
the whole quarter of a mile, you ate a Loud's Pizza.
Yes.
You're on the
So
other
that's
hand.
why I couldn't understand him on the phone when he called me earlier. That explains a lot.
Well, you couldn't understand me anyways. Okay, well, we got a couple of things to mention before we get to the wrestling topic. One thing I like to mention is Boston Celtics.
Gotta mention the Boston Celtics. I mean, 1-1 right now. They're playing tonight. I know we don't tape until Saturday.
Yeah.
They got a chance to bring home
I think so
another
too.
title. Then just-
However, Golden State is favored to win the series. But I mean, the defense of the Celtics is quite good, and as long as their defense is good, I think they have a good chance of winning. I last week predicted Celtics to win it in 6 games. I could be wrong. They need to win 4 games in the series to
I think tonight's a
win the
pivotal game here,
championship.
because remember, folks, we tape on a Wednesday. We won't see this until Saturday.
Right.
If they can win this game tonight, it'll set a good momentum, because then we have a next game here at home again.
Mm-hmm.
It'll put a little bit of pressure on Golden State. And the Red Sox, you might as well mention the Red Sox. You're wearing a Red Sox shirt.
Yeah, I'm afraid
Okay,
Red
he's got
Sox
the Red
not
Sox
doing
hat.
so hot
Yes,
right
yes,
now.
they are. Because they're on a tear. Are you
They're-
kidding me? They haven't.
Ain't they still in last place?
No,
or
they're in
second to
third
last?
place.
They're in third place now.
They've been winning.
Okay.
I think they've lost only 2 games in the last, 10 or 12?
Oh, I did not know that.
They're playing very good. They swept the Oakland A's, and they beat the Angels last couple of games. And again, everyone's beaten the Angels. They just fired their coach, Joe Madden. And
so-
while we're on the sport of sports other than wrestling, just for brief, the shocker in sports in Boston sports scene, Bruce Cassidy, the Bruins coach, was terminated this week.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they released him.
Okay.
That was kind of a shocker, even for me. Teams made the playoffs the last few years, but maybe the manager wants to go in a little bit of a different direction.
Interesting. Hey, well, it's good to know the Red Sox are on a ball.
Yes. Yeah, they're doing well.
No pun intended.
Yeah, they've been
Get it?
hitting great.
Baseball on the ball.
I mean, we have Devers is hitting the ball, has the most hits in baseball. I think there's 3 members of the Red Sox in the top 10 batting in the American League. Martinez, Devers, and I think it's Bogarts is right up there. Martinez was hitting like 360 at one time. I don't know if he's cooled down from that. Devers is hitting the cover off the ball. He's literally has the most hits in baseball this year, and even the guy who was bad, we mentioned earlier this year, Story, the free agent that they picked up, was player of the week a couple weeks ago. Hit the cover. He had like 7 homers and I think 14 RBIs in 1 week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy baseball. The Red Sox have been playing actually really good baseball.
Okay, Memorial Day, Attleboro had a parade. It was short. I went to watch it. But I was glad to see the parade return. Same thing with these area communities who had a parade return. Because of COVID, there have been a couple of years of no parade. So we were happy to see the Attleboro return to the parade this past Memorial Day. As again, we thank you viewers who are veterans for all you've done for this country and giving us our freedom and giving us our rights to
Where's his notebook?
I have it.
Oh, good question.
Oh, say.
Oh, you were sitting on it.
It was just under my leg.
No.
Okay, sorry to
Do
interrupt.
you have any food over there, Joe?
No.
I'm hungry. Okay.
You didn't
Anyways.
bring any from home.
Well, that pizza didn't fill me up. I'm still hungry.
Eat a whole lot's pizza in a quarter of a mile. Anyway,
Okay, well, you guys have anything else before we start talking about wrestling?
well, before we go into wrestling, we should mention what we both talked about briefly before our show
yeah,
tonight.
that's right, the
Our
deaths.
celebrity deaths.
I keep forgetting about
I mean,
that.
our birthdays, we could mention real quick. I just literally just read it online before I started the show today. Boz Scaggs, I guess, is 82.
Who's that?
Boz Scaggs is a singer,
Okay.
great singer. You never heard of Boz Scaggs?
No.
Explain to him about Boz Scaggs, will you? I mean, if you want to see birth dates and deaths too, as pertains to wrestling and different celebrities.
You not
Go
mention
on.
your own?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
First thing I mentioned. Did you have your ears
Yeah, his
plugged?
own. You're talking about birthdays, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he passed away yet.
Yeah, go on Wrestling Forum.
Okay.
You're gonna pass away soon if I go get that baseball back. By the
boy.
way, this is one of the Intimidator's best clients, Brandon Webb. I decided to wear a shirt
I
today.
remember that. I like watching it. I haven't seen the Devil's Reject in a long time.
He's still around. He wrestles for Top Rope pretty much
he
right
didn't
now.
retire? I thought he was.
No, he's not retired.
He's going to retire.
No,
Okay.
not
It's also the
retired.
name of a movie.
Yes, it's also the name of a song. Great one. I heard it on the radio last week. But you know, this is one of the Intimidator's best friends. Don't make me pull the Intimidator out and go get the baseball bat. And, you know, want me to see?
Oh, Bigfoot is still around?
Want to see my demise? Who you calling Bigfoot?
Oh, we've been calling him Bigfoot for years. I'm surprised she haven't
No,
told you.
I never. Who, the Intimidator? You call the Intimidator Bigfoot?
Sasquatch. Yep.
Wait till I haven't spoken to him for a short while. He did wish me a happy birthday.
Ah.
Told me not to kill you.
Hey, I wish you a happy birthday too by text.
Yes, he did. Thank you. Joe,
I actually
you
got
my
the days
Facebook
correct.
Happy birthday, did you, Joe?
No.
No. Yeah, could care less.
I actually got the date correct.
How could you forget June 6th?
Oh, yeah, 6/6.
It's also D-Day.
That's how I remembered. Okay.
Also, it was also an ABWF wrestler's birthday. It was last week also.
Well, go ahead. Inform us, Joe.
Brian Parday, who went under the name of Destroyer.
Okay.
Jamie's brother.
Yeah. Okay. I was at AEW.
I think his was the second, I think. Well, sorry.
Yes, it was. I mentioned wished him a happy birthday. You're right. Sorry. He's back to be on the show.
Both you guys share birthdays with pro wrestlers.
Yes, well, you mentioned earlier, Joe.
I share a birthday with Ted Danson.
It's good. Do you remember what day that is? Welcome back.
Get back to you on that.
AJ Styles on June 2nd. And on this past Monday, June 6th, was Drew McIntyre's.
Drew McIntyre has the same birthday as me, June 6th. I do remember reading that at one time.
Speaking of birthdays, I gotta make a birthday wish for a week for next week to my mother and my aunt, whose birthdays are on Flag Day next week.
Well, happy birthday to your mom and your aunt.
We share
they're
the same
twins.
birthday? Oh, they're twins. That explains it.
That explains why this birthday is the same day.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You also should mention the deaths. You said you had
Oh,
one, and I
yeah.
gave you 2 more today.
What I got here is Goodfellas star Ray Liotta.
Yes.
That was a surprise.
That was kind of shocking. He wasn't that
was
old.
shocking.
He was 61. Is that if I
I
read
believe
that
he
right?
died in his sleep, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Great actor. I mean,
He is.
who hasn't seen Goodfellas? I mean, he carried that movie. That was a great movie. Really good
Yeah,
movie.
he's been in other movies too.
There's been several movies, but that was probably his most famous movie. Pretty much, he's the lead character in it, and what have you. I mentioned 2 other people today. Earlier, one Flying Brian Pillman's wife. What was her name?
Melanie.
Melanie. She passed away, very young too. I think she was only in her 50s.
Wow.
And local TV icon, I think, legend. God rest her soul. 80. I think she was 86. Shelby Scott from Channel 4 fame, reporter who had poor woman, every time there'd be a blizzard or a bad rainstorm, usually blizzards and hurricanes, they put her in the worst locations. She'd be out in Revere Beach, or she'd be down the Cape, Buzzards Bay, getting wasted by the storm, and she'd be out reporting in it. She was legendary for that. Rest in peace, a local level of Shelby Scott. Again, a Boston television icon. We're losing a lot of them lately. And who recently retired was Harvey Leonard from Channel 5 as a weather forecaster. He retired last week. So almost 40 years in the business, or 30 years in the, actually over 40 years in the business, I believe is what they said. Now, since the show's half full, we could start talking maybe a little bit about wrestling.
Now, before we get to the pay-per-view results, this past Monday night on Raw, there was a big surprise.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about, well, one surprise was the newest member of Judgment Day. But what happened when that new
that was
member
that was a good twist, actually.
The jumping out of the leader, Edge. That was a surprise.
I'm not sure if Edge's contract is up. I'm not sure what's up with that. I hope they keep him around. He could still work, but I don't know how much pain he's in him, how much he actually has in him. But I mean, it would actually be an interesting feud to see Edge go against his old cohorts right now. That would be a real good feud for Edge to come back out of his heel character and maybe become a fan favorite again. But that was a mega twist.
I was surprised to see Van Balor be a new member of Judgment Day.
Well, he kind of needed a character change. What was the other one that's new? It kind of shocked me. I watched yesterday. Apollo Crews is now back in NXT. He's come back as a face. So, what was the other angle that happened on Monday? There was something else that happened on Raw Monday.
Well, we have a new 24/7 champion. Who was it? That female there. Dana Brooke. And
Dana Brooke lost it.
Becky Lynch got mad about her running that title right before, or was it during that?
During her match. She was in the middle of a match with, I believe it was, who was Becky wrestling? I saw the whole thing. I don't remember. At my age, I'm getting old.
I forgot.
Oh, we all getting old.
I mean, Becky Lynch.
She was going against Dana Brooke.
Going against Dana Brooke, and that's when they came out to the 24/7 deal, and somebody came in and pinned Dana Brooke. Was it Tozawa? Or was it somebody else?
I remember seeing that.
Actually, that was the week before Tozawa won the 24/7 from his fiance, well, his ex-wife. I think they got a divorce already.
Yeah, they did. Mistaken. Yeah, that paperwork's been filed, and that whole skit was over. And it was funny while it lasted. I know it wouldn't last long. It was kind of dumb. With Tamina Snuka was not 24/7 champion.
Hey, I was hearing rumors about John Cena returning.
Yes,
to the
next
WWE.
week. He's going to be on Raw.
Okay.
He's making a return. I think he's returning for something. I like to see him at Money in the Bank wrestle somebody.
Well, I like to see him appear on SmackDown and confront Roman Reigns. I like to see someone beat him for that title.
Well, a lot of people going after Roman Reigns right now. I mean, Bobby Lashley has called him out.
Riddle wants to go at him, too.
Riddle wants to go at him, and Drew McIntyre wants him. A lot of people want to go after Roman Reigns. I mean, obviously, he's the champion. Bobby Lashley's come out publicly and said it. So is Drew. I hope they don't give the chance at SummerSlam, nothing personal against John Cena. I hope they don't give him a chance to win the title. He had his chance last year and lost.
He has a lot of wrestlers, even
I heard he wants to go after Theory.
Cena for be given all these title shots.
Well, I heard he wants to go after Theory for the U.S. title because he doesn't think Theory's representing it right. So.
Well, he has Mr. McMahon in his back pocket.
Well, people forget that the game Shares My Birthday originally came around. He was the chosen one, Drew McIntyre. So.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
You got Hell in a Cell pay-per-view results,
Results.
Joe, right?
Yep.
I'm sorry, did I wake you up, Joe?
No. I did last time. Read it right in order the matches took place. The Raw Women's title triple threat. Bianca against Oscar and Becky Lynch, and Bianca retained.
I believe I picked Oscar. I think you
Yeah, I
did too.
picked Oscar.
I think I did too.
I think that might have been the match of the night. That was a unbelievably
That
good
was a
wrestling
great
match,
match.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was a long match too. Those girls really worked that match. Really, really good.
Now, what I like to voice my opinion about women wrestlers now. It's good to see a lot of them now compete more in matches, and also them given a chance to be at pay-per-views, not just one women's match, but a series of matches. And also, I think that WWE is doing a good thing, and once in a while having the main event, not only a Raw or SmackDown, but also main event or pay-per-view as well.
Yes.
And also, too, you see more common now, women referees.
Yes.
I think that's a great idea
Yeah,
to
there's
have.
a few of them. Well, Vicky Carr was one of the first ones that was around, and when, of course, we have Diane Mahoney, who's working for NECW for many years. So, a great women's referee.
So I think WWE is doing a great job. Not only them, but other federations as well. They're giving more of a spotlight on female wrestlers and so forth. And I think that's a great idea.
I've
how
heard
they're
that they
pushing
put I read it on the internet that they're putting the women's tag title, the whole idea of having a tournament, they're putting that on the back burner for now.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to have a women's tag title team for a while, I guess. I don't know if it's true, false. I just said, I read rumors on the internet. I see it on the internet.
There's one thing I liked, they started a couple of years ago, I believe, the women's Royal Rumble match.
Oh, yeah.
And
Why wouldn't you like it?
I thought they did as good, but even better than the men's Royal Rumble match. I liked. All right, sorry to interrupt you, Joe. Go ahead, bud.
You should be used to by now, Joe.
We got a handicap match, Lashley against Omos and MVP, and Lashley won.
Yep, he got Omos out of the ring, a little help from Cedric Alexander, and he put MVP into a hurt lock, and MVP tapped. If you have to. I mean, that's how I thought it was. He's not going to pin Omos. I knew he was going to beat MVP. Matter of fact, I think I picked Lashley to win that match, if I remember correctly. I don't know who you picked. But
I know I went with Lashley on that one.
I went with Omos and MVP.
I believe I picked Lashley.
Okay, next one was Kevin Owens against Ezekiel. It was Kevin Owens won.
That's Elias. That's Elias.
Oh, geez, you got a Kevin Owens fan.
No, it's just that
I'm a Kevin Owens fan.
I'm a Kevin Owens fan too, and I'm an Elias Ezekiel fan too. The whole storyline, I think, is pretty funny, and they're keeping it going too. Again, that wasn't a bad match. It was a pretty good match back and forth. I mean, you know, because you got the result there that Kevin Owens won the match, but that was a pretty decent wrestling match. Actually, I enjoyed it.
They're supposed to have a rematch next week.
So it was Raw this week.
Six-person tag team match. Liv Morgan, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor against Rhea Ripley, Edge, and Damian Priest, and the Judgment Day.
Judgment Day then, yes, and Judgment Day won. That was a good match. Again, there isn't really a match that was bad on this whole card. I think it was really good wrestling, and that was a good wrestling match back and forth. I enjoyed that match too.
No holds barred match. Madcap against Corbin. Madcap won.
Yes, I think they start giving Madcap a little bit of a push.
I think so too.
He's 2-0 now.
Against Corbin. I think Corbin may be hurt. I mean, he put the chair over his neck, so he like didn't drop the stairs on it.
They took him out on the stretcher.
Wow, that's Corbin tried to kill him. You know, with the Andre the Giant trophy, which he destroyed. I don't know why he destroyed the Andre the Giant Memorial Cup trophy. He destroyed it. I mean, mangled it, threw it into the stairs and destroyed it, broke it into pieces. I don't know why, but
Jealousy.
hopefully they'll still have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal tournaments, but
Well, you do when his own name was on that trophy too.
I know. Yeah, he's the first one to win it. I don't understand why he would destroy it, but I don't know.
Next is the U.S. title, Theory against Mustafa Ali. Theory won.
That was a good match, but I'm writing on the internet that they think that was possibly the weakest match of the whole card. It was good. I mean, Mustafa Ali is a great athlete. In theory, love him, hate him, the kid can wrestle. I mean, do I think Theory should be U.S. title holder? No. Do I could think 3 guys who I think should be getting a chance over him to beat him up. I mean, John Cena is one of them. I think they should give Bear Maha a chance against him, but that will never happen because they're both heels. They usually put heels against each other. I mean, there's other guys out there who should be getting U.S. title matches. I think they should let Riddle go after him, but they won't. But
I'd like to see someone take that phone away from Terry.
oh,
He's a guy who loves taking selfies.
remember we saw a local wrestler that used to really get into selfies,
Yes.
who's now semi-retired.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Vern Vacalo, semi-retired because of his injuries.
Oh,
he's kind of
okay.
retiring. He's taking time off. I don't know if he's going to come back to wrestling
Been a few years since
because of
I've seen
his
him
injuries. He's getting severe injuries. He keeps separating his shoulder. Same thing that Randy Orton's going through. Has gone through his career, but he's getting it happen. Not that older kid, nice kid. I've met him out of the ring. I've talked to him. He has his reasons. He was a self-made man there for a while. That was his skit.
It's the last LPW show I went to, he ended up winning the championship on them.
Yep. Right now, you mentioned it very quickly before we get to the last match. LPW has a show coming this week. Actually, you won't see it, folks. You'll hear us on Saturday, but it'll be Friday night. It's in Hudson, the VFW on 99 Park Street. LPW has a show. We mentioned it briefly before. Kellen Riot Thomas is their current champion. He's going to go against Dali Desimon for the title. Alicia Edwards is going against who's the wrestler from Impact, the black hair, who's with Abyss. Help me out, little Joe.
I wouldn't know.
But she's making her appearance up here. Oh, why am I drawing a blank? Probably because my mind's racing. I'm trying to do this fast. But that's going to be another great match. A headline from Impact Wrestling. Again, go on LPW, Lucky Pro Wrestling's wrestling site, folks. You can read the card about that. It's going to be good. Going to be a good card. It'll be a good show. Before we get to the IWA, I'll let you finish.
We also got one match for the next pay-per-view too.
Well, no, go through the last match of this last paper.
Okay.
You can't miss that match.
Yeah, this one is the Hell in a Cell match.
I have seen a lot of wrestling matches in my day, but Cody Rhodes against Seth Rollins, for Cody Rhodes to even walk into that ring, I don't think it should have happened. I think it should have been stopped. I think it should have been...
Ended up calling Joey over on the phone when that match started. I came back into the room, looked at the TV. All I could see was a big purple spot on his pec.
His whole pec was purple.
And so I asked Joe and I asked him, why does his pec look purple?
Because he tore his pectoral muscle.
And Joey mentioned that to me. I go, wow, and he's still wrestling even with that injury?
Everyone on the internet, it's blowing up the internet. I mean, I thought Seth Rollins was actually coming out of character on Monday for a second and complimented him, and then he attacked him afterwards. I couldn't believe he attacked him, but that was a skit to attack him. It was stupid. But for that kid to even wrestle, that was absolutely amazing for him to even be in the ring. I don't think he should have been. I kept saying throughout the whole match that this match should be stopped. Me, on a personal level, I had my injury. It looked similar to my injury because it was all purple on one side. My whole stomach was purple on the left side, but that was his whole up in his pectoral area. He couldn't even lift his arm.
His upper right area.
Oh my God! And he's a trained athlete. He had to be in pain. He had to be in excruciating pain that whole match.
For the people who call wrestling fake,
That wasn't. That was
These
fake.
injuries
That was
are
hurt.
real, and it's like amazing. Like you just saying, it's amazing that he competed in that match.
I know. I have met Cody Rhodes in person. I know he's under the knife today. Today is Wednesday. He had the operation today. They expect him to be out. He's mentioning being in the Money in the Bank. If he's in Money in the Bank, it'll shock the life out of me. Mm-hmm. It takes at least 6 weeks to heal from an injury. So if he's in Money in the Bank, it will really shock me.
I fell asleep during that match. But did he end up winning? Cody ended up winning?
Yes.
So now he's
3-0.
He's 3-0
not
against
only
Seth.
going into that match with that injury, he also won that match. Impressive.
Oh my God. Russell was a top. Even Wade Barrett mentioned something about he says, that was an unbelievable task. He's a Herculean effort. On the Cody Rhodes, he's got the whole locker room of the buzz. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
Everybody. Go ahead, quickly go to the next one because I want to talk for a minute.
The Money in the Bank.
The independent show.
The Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley won a 6-way match. That's how she got into that. And in my opinion, I'm going to go on a limb here and say it. I think Rhea Ripley is going to win that title. I really do. I think she's going to beat Bianca. I think Rhea's due for a title to get the title back. With her new faction, it would be good for the faction, I think, to have a title in it. Mm-hmm. What do you think,
I'm
Steve?
going to go with
quickly?
Bianca.
You're going to go with Bianca?
I'm going with Bianca.
Yeah, you
And
are.
I think Liv may have to get involved in that.
Liv Morgan?
Yes.
Okay.
She still has to score to settle.
Okay, makes sense. Does Austin get involved? I don't know. Who knows? I think she had her time. She hopefully she'll lean back. A big time back, she'll lean back. Let somebody else wrestle. I know Ronda Rousey's wrestling somebody too.
Yeah, I don't know until this weekend.
Well, I mentioned just another couple seconds there. RWA, local independent show, has got a show coming up on I think it's 580 Willett Street in East Providence. They call it Riverside. This Saturday at I think bell time 7:30. I believe it's 7:30. $10 for a show, local show. You can't miss it. Again, putting on great shows. RWA is putting on great shows. Oh, I can't believe this half hour's gone by this quickly. Steve,
Yes, it has.
why don't you close the show off for us?
We thank you viewers for watching us. Thank you guys for being on stage with me. Thank you to Austin for directing us, and thank you to
Emilia.
I forgot her name again.
Emilia.
Emilia for
Emily,
being
as we call her.
on the show
Emily.
with us.
Yes.
And like I mentioned earlier, happy Juneteenth. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Until then, have yourselves a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Shelby Scott.